fellow RC enthusiast, and this is a video I want to do. First of all, welcome to my channel, and yeah, this is a video I wanted to do about a controversial, in my view, item in FPV and RC modeling. I wanted to do a video on a specific OSD, an on-screen display, which actually is like everywhere on the internet, but used by a variety of people, but called improperly, in my view, as a poor man OSD. I'm talking about the Remzibi OSD. Why do I want to do this video? Easy. I bought one because I want to try to start on FPV, and there was nothing online except like few videos or few instructions on how to get this video going. Apparently the Remzibi OSD was made by a very nice Polish guy who, as it says on his site, he had few chips knocking about and he didn't know what to do really, so he made this circuit, he made this board with a GPS, a barometer, and a compass in it, and a magnetometer in it, that will put with a specific software an on-screen display on your video signal that will result in an on-screen display on your goggles or in your monitor on your ground station. The why I want to do this video is very easily, no instruction whatsoever. In the box there was only this piece of paper, which is practically a UK manual, and it says, "Thank you for shopping, we made the product details on eBay description." That's it. So please follow the description instructions. So you have to go and find out where you bought it, because it mostly goes on eBay, and then it goes on and tells you, your 5-star positive feedback is mostly needed and appreciated, and so on and so on, because they know they did put something online which they didn't know what it is for. Practically this is a Chinese knockout of this famous Remzibi OSD, and it does say, Mr. Remzibi, on his site, that he stopped practically producing his OSDs because of the continuous Chinese knockouts that will just like put him out of business. And this is also one of the problems. Practically this board comes with a few cables, and it comes with this little board here. I'll probably like focus it later on here on the table when we do the whole thing. It's a USB to TTL YP01 board. Practically allows you to communicate through your computer, through your laptop or desktop, to the actual OSD board, OSD board, I'm sorry, OSD board, and also modified. I mean, sometimes you have like 3 different type of battery reading. You want to actually have one because you're running the whole plane and the OSD and the FPV equipment on one battery, so you don't need like 1, 2, or 3 battery readings. Sometimes you want to have like the altitude in front of you or on the left, and so you can move all that through a GUI, like an actual specific program that will be an interface between you and the actual board. But of course, what happens, being a Chinese knockout, somebody somewhere in the Western Hemisphere thought like, oh yeah, well, you copy my chips, you copying this, you copying that, so I'll put a safeguard in there. And so as soon as you try to put this, to connect this USB board and connect the board to the computer, What does it come? You don't have drives for it. Of course, you have to go and find yourself your own USB drives for it, specific USB drives that will work with that board. And also everything is being like stopped, or frozen, and you cannot. It will tell you that the chip cannot communicate with your computer at all, even though it's a normal chip. Why is that? Because the person that built the chips installed into the software that a safeguard that if it's like a knockout chips, that is putting them out of business. Therefore, it will not communicate to you. So I found out a way to actually do that. In layman terms, I found out a way to actually get the actual thing working. So far I got it working, but it took like a couple of hours to me, that I am not at all a software engineer, or I'm not so versatile onto electronics and boards and AV programs and all this kind of stuff. But I did make it, so therefore here is this video. Okay people, and this is what you get in the box. I already unboxed it, I'm sorry, but I had to find out how it works before I do this video for you, so we can do all the steps together. You got like this kind of cables that you can tear apart. They are all like single GST type of cables, plugs. There's a bit of foam in it. The instructions, very important, I'm going to read them to you. You get this USB to TTL-YP01 board, and in this anti-static, very professional envelope, it's a caution, static sensitive device, not to be handled by unauthorized personnel. So you buy it and therefore you are authorized to handle it. Can't believe this, guys. You got the OSD board. OSD board. This is the main chip. Here you can see, let's see if I can get here you go, a nice bamboo stick. Here you get like the switch, where you can switch from NTSC to PAL and everything, and you can start up your board. Video out, video in, and this is practically how you power it up. This is the GPS, the Mongo GPS thing, which is quite good, it works. The GPS sensor, it has a little battery here, so it can retain the data, so it has kind of like a return to home type of thing. Or it will retain all the GPS data if it's needed. It plugs in like that. Here it is. I mean, it's not that bad. The actual soldering are quite good. It's a good printing, and it is more or less in a good condition. The main chip, this one. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Furthermore, yeah, it is. It's quite good. It's an original chip, and it will work well. Of course, that's why other OSD costs like hundreds of dollars, or like in the $100 regions, or a bit more. There is a mini OSD from Hobby King that costs like even less, but it got like practically nothing on it. And yeah, you pay for what you get, that it looks like, but let's see how it goes.